Falvie Bernice Anderson Jr. was born August 22, 1930, in LeCompte, Louisiana. From the beginning, he had a fun-loving temperament with the belief that life was meant to be fun. The son of a part-time farmer and part-time civil servant, Falvie moved around a lot. By the time he reached high school, he was in Cheneyville, Louisiana, where he was quite literally the big man on campus.
And there were 53 kids in the whole high school, and there were 11 in my class. 7 girls and 4 guys.
Being that it was a small school and Falvie wanted a social life, he decided to date all 7 girls. And he wasn't about to let a shortage of transportation keep him from picking up his date.
I had a good time. I did use horseback, I used tractors, I used cattle trucks, whatever would get me there. I even include walking.
When Falvie graduated in 1947, he just assumed Louisiana State University was waiting for him, and that at 6'2" and 225 pounds, he'd play football. So he packed his belongings and showed up.
They said, "Did you register?" I said, "What's that?" So I had to put my junk back in my car and go home.
Falvie was a quick learner and ultimately made his way to Louisiana Tech. He excelled in so many areas, he was given appointments by both Louisiana senators, one to West Point and one to the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis.
So here I was, a country boy with 2 principal appointments, and I chose the Navy and went in June of '50.
And while at the academy, he played football for the Navy.
We beat Army 3 out of the 4 years that I was there.
Falvie graduated in June of 1954.
My first assignment was for a Fletcher-class destroyer out of San Diego.
For the next 20 years, Falvie served in the Navy, 14 years of it at sea. 4 years in 1958, Falvie met the love of his life, Terry.
I asked her to marry me on our first date.
Of course, that was way too fast for Terry. It wasn't until Falvie asked her again on the 3rd date that she said yes. Falvie's service required him to be away from Terry for long periods of time. One period kept them apart 32 out of 36 months. Without fail, Falvie wrote to Terry each night, and she would periodically receive large stacks of numbered letters to catch up on his activities. One of Falvie's favorite assignments was from 1960 to 1963, when he had command of a landing craft group. In 1968 to 69, he was in Saigon, Vietnam, working as chief of the analysis division. After a fulfilling career with assignments covering Alaska to Hawaii to Antarctica, his final assignment was with NORAD in Colorado Springs.
So I retired in '74. I was 44 years old.
After a second career in hazardous waste management with several companies and raising 3 daughters, Falvie and Terry came to Bend in 2000 to be close to 2 of them.
We've been married 59 years. I'll be 60 in May. 24 years in the Navy. I walked around the world in about 5 seconds down at the South Pole. It's been a great life. I've had some ups and downs and so forth, but principally it's all been basically up. I've enjoyed it all, and if things are not that good, I kind of, pass it by and don't let it bother me.
And so we salute Navy veteran Falvie Anderson.